What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Ascended Cast. I'm John Sanchez.
My name's Matt.
We're back. We've been kind of lagging for the past couple weeks, but it's a good reason. We've both been busy. We've both been working. Both been growing our businesses.
Yeah, growing businesses and I just went through a bachelor party, so
Yeah, you did.
I put my business on a slight halt.
He went through it. He came back and got right back on it, though.
Yeah.
So that's what matters. But yeah, so we've been busy. You kind of are in like the first phases of just getting your business started.
Yeah.
Getting like down into it and just grinding it.
Yep, just gaining traction and getting my feet wet. Coming across opportunities to learn from and kind of understand people better and how just keeping in contact, keeping genuine, and just keeping on top of things is like name of the game. It's something that I've never been experienced, so like I'm out of my comfort zone, but I that's where I actually love to be. A lot of times it keeps me a little bit on my toes and pressured, and because I almost become a little competitive myself. I'm just I'm just okay, that's cool. You talk to 5 people today, let's go, let's make sure we talk to more people.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that because I feel that in that sense is I just told you right now, I'm up to about 20 clients right now.
Yeah.
And for me, it's just and then literally someone called me right now and there was another inquiry.
Yeah.
So it's just I don't want to stop. It's just oh yeah, 20 clients, I'm good. No, it's no, dude, go 25.
Yeah.
Why not go 25? You got 20, go 25.
As long as you can keep balance.
Yeah.
As long as you can find balance and not put yourself in a position of overwhelming yourself.
Yep, and that's funny you say that because I'm almost in that kind of position. But for example, today, so that actually kind of happened is I slept through my alarms today, and I missed. Luckily, one session canceled last night, so it wasn't that big of a deal. But then I slept through the other one, and so luckily, I have a good enough relationship that I went and rescheduled. I obviously commended her for that because that's on me.
Yeah,
that's my fault. And so I can tell right there the past couple of days, my energy, my I don't want to say the efforts are there, but my energy hasn't been there. So I already kind of had this plan in advance, but I'm taking tomorrow off. So Saturday, Sunday, 2 full days off, no working, no not stressing about anything, just focusing on myself.
Mm-hmm.
Gave myself that level to recharge. I think we talked about probably want to go to the beach, go let loose, do just chill. And so yeah, as long as you said, if there's a balance, if you're taking care of yourself, you're not just working yourself into the ground. Because I've been there before too, to where it's just you work yourself into the ground, and there's no stop, and then eventually you have to stop. Not by choice, but because something happens to where you're just damn,
life happens, and things change.
Yeah,
that's everything's gonna change at one point.
Yeah, I've kind of taken on I have these little I don't want to say philosophies, but these little themes of the month. And one of the things I kind of been preaching to myself, but not just myself, to my clients, is nothing is linear. Life isn't linear. No. So it's there's never just going to be this time to where you can say, oh, it's going to happen like this, or you can say that you're going to do this, and try to make it as close as possible, but it's never just going to go exactly the way it's supposed to. Things are going to go the way they're supposed to, so it's not linear.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of been my theme for this month, is just expect unexpected. Don't expect it to go the way that you're saying to it. Obviously try for it.
Mm-hmm.
You want to set the course as much of what your intentions are, but don't be surprised or don't get discouraged if it doesn't go that way.
Yeah, because then you make it a problem.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Then it is a problem.
Mm-hmm.
So it's however you're perceiving that obstacle is gonna be a night and day difference. If something comes across, you're just God damn it, why me?
Yeah.
God damn it.
And
I don't know why I made that voice. I'm not I'm not putting anyone down, but
no, and I get it 100%. Where I've never been a why me person.
Yeah.
I think I probably blame a lot of that for my dad.
Yeah.
For just being holding myself really accountable on things and just pushing through stuff.
But
I mean, even more in the business I am now, it's just it can't be why me. At the end of the day, if anything's gonna get done, it's not some company that's gonna be backing me. It's not. I don't have employees that are gonna be backing me.
Yeah.
I don't have an outside anyone there just to do it. Okay, it's on me, so that's why it's me.
Yeah.
And so for me, it's just okay, I have to figure it out. It's my problem. It's my obstacle to figure out. It's no one else's. It's mine to figure out. How do I do it? How do I overcome it? And let's work through it.
Mm-hmm.
If I stumble on the way, then okay, I stumble on the way. That's part of me figuring it out. So
For sure.
it's yeah, it's funny you said that, the why, because I always hear that.
Or it's like, you know, there's a reason why it happened that way rather than it being what you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the accountability's not there, so like it's like that's what I like. The why me also gets, you know.
I think the pride thing. I think a lot of people take upon themselves to think like, oh, they're like something might be beneath them, or like how can this happen to them because of what they feel like they are.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's not a bad mindset to have, because you want to have confidence in yourself, you want to believe in yourself, but you have to be critical of yourself. Okay, why did that happen to me?
Mm-hmm.
What did I do? Have I been doing everything I'm supposed to do? Have I been doing the things I said I shouldn't do? Am I still doing them?
Or have you like been out of integrity with yourself? And,
exactly.
You know, it's like one of those things where it's like, if you can't be integrity with yourself, how you got to be integrity with everyone else?
Oh yeah, 100%.
You're not. Like you find excuses on why things don't go your way, or you find the excuses on like why it didn't happen for them, you know.
Yeah.
Or why you couldn't show up for them, or.
Oh yeah.
So
no, and
I think it's very situational, like too. Obviously.
Oh, it is very situational.
Yeah.
Like for the example, today I just told you with my whole client this morning. Like that was on me. I can sit here and say like, oh well, it's my phone and the alarm clock. Like, why didn't the phone alarm do that?
Yeah.
Or I can blame like, oh, I didn't get a good night's sleep because of this or that. They're like, no, it's just on me. Like I didn't wake up. Like I was supposed to wake up and I didn't wake up.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
at the end of the day, that's on me. Like,
and people respect that a lot more too. When you're just straight up, you're just like, if you were to wake up and be like, oh my gosh, like, you know, my alarm totally didn't go off, or like, you know, and you know damn well you just slept through it. Like, you know, you're blaming the alarm, not waking you up. But it's just,
and like I said, like I don't know if my alarm did go off. I probably just slept through it.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, like I'm fine. Like I can acknowledge that. I can acknowledge the consequence. Hey, I messed up.
Yeah.
I didn't show up to the session.
Yeah.
Let me write that for you. Let me take care of it for you, and then let's get back on track.
Yeah. No, exactly. Yeah. And
then
you just straightforward to the point, you know, rather than just blaming it and then going like, oh, you know, oh, like sorry for that and shit. Like, you know, it's just, yo, I fucked up.
Yeah. No, I very much like to have everything on the table.
Yeah.
I want people to have everything on the table with me, so I try and do that.
Yeah.
I try to have everything on the table.
And you'll notice too that if you do that with some people, they almost get uncomfortable.
Yeah, they do.
Because they're just like, ooh, like because it kind of like it triggers their like dishonesty, or it triggers their shadow within themselves. Like, oh man, like this guy's being real upfront. I'm scared to be upfront because I'm scared of the outcome or something like that. Like they're afraid of the response, and there's. Like that's what I've noticed too with people. It's like because I'm really fucking good at reading people, but I'm also really good. I mean, there are times where like my mouth can get me in trouble with like just not having some breaks in a filter, because I'll be a little bit too upfront or blunt about certain things. When like someone's like, you know, say like they're making an excuse on why it's probably going to be hard. Yeah. And I'm, you know, I could go a way better route, but like. You know,
and I'll say this, however you feel about it, but I think the articulation and right away
deliverance,
and I think right away like how you said that, like the way you say things, I think right away of Trump, because literally that's how fucking Trump's delivery is fucking horrible and everything. But like if you listen to some of the shit he said, it's like, oh shit, like he actually does. Like say some valid points. The fucking delivery.
Cans of soup.
Cans
of soup.
It's
they
like
have
why?
Cans of soup.
It's like why the fuck are you saying that?
And then you see an interview of a motherfucker. He's like, yeah, I'm out here. My cans of soup. You know, about to eat some soup. Winks at the camera and shit. He's like, you know, he was calling it out. You know what I mean? But like his deliverance, or he's like, look at this fucking idiot.
Yeah. Or you just look at like just that's one example, but just like.
Well, what I was getting at was like I can read people really well, and when they try and bullshit, and so like I'm pretty good about holding the space and not like making them feel like shit about it, but like I kind of like have been developing this like deliverance on how like I can kind of get it out of them of like kind of like talking to themselves about how like, you know, they could be better like within themselves, like, you know, that I can see the excuses, or I can see like them bullshitting me, and I'm just like, okay, see, like I'm being honest with you, I'm being upfront, I have been genuine this whole time, like I'm allowing you, I'm holding space for you to come out of your fucking dishonesty, quit bullshitting or something like that, quit making excuses. And there's a lot of people that are like, they're just stuck in that mindset, or they're scared to come out of that shell. And it's like, like that's just one of I'm just talking about like the type of people that.
Yeah. And to go back, I think I like that you say that, because in my clients, I'm very good at communicating with my clients.
Yeah.
I'm very, like I said, I leave everything on the table. I'm very upfront. I work with them. I don't like try to like, I don't want to say force. Like I do try to force them.
Or criticize them,
But I try to build them. In that
Yeah.
sense. I don't try to break them down and then rebuild them up. It's just like, no, we got to figure out what's wrong with this. So let's move this brick out of the way, because this brick right here, you don't need this brick.
Mm-hmm.
Let's move this brick, take this brick out, and put the one that I want there. That's gonna fit to help keeping it build.
Yeah.
And so, in that sense of that, I find it harder. I find it harder, difficult, with just my peers when it comes to being upfront about stuff. I'll say that.
With your peers?
Yeah. Unless it's like other trainers or other people like that work within the field, where if I want to have conversations about the business with them.
Yeah.
Like about just like in general things like that.
And
I feel like those are the people that are more or less upfront more than anything.
I think that's probably it's just the type of environment like that. Like the people, they have this competition mindset.
It's a competition mindset, but I was thinking it goes back to a pride thing. It's like,
their ego is trying to protect themselves of fucking not feeling lesser than. When in all honesty, everyone's there for the same goal, right?
Yeah.
If you guys are like a tribe, you guys embody the same, or you guys carry around the same goal. There shouldn't be that feel or fear of competitiveness or unworthiness if they aren't pulling in the same, or if they're not doing as well that month. And that I think people just get caught up in that fucking bullshit fucking persona. And it's not like talking shit on them, but it's just like, at the end of the day, that just means that you have a lot of inner work to do.
Yeah.
And if you can't get past the fact that you're not him and he's not you and she's not her and vice versa, like everyone's individual, but everyone has the same goal.
Oh yeah, and I like that, because it's like how you said, like, you're not her, you're not him. Like for me, my expectations for everybody don't exist. Yeah, I don't have expectations like, oh yeah, you should be doing this. Or you should be doing this. Or you should be doing this.
Because then there's an emotional attachment to it. And
well,
that sets you up for fucking failure.
But like I said, now with how my business works, like I don't put it on other people. Like, oh, if you're not there, if you don't help me do this, or you don't do this, that's your fault. No, okay. At the end of the day, if you let me down, or if you can't do what we agreed upon or we asked, that's fine. You can't do it. Now it's my responsibility to find someone that can. Yeah. And I'm sorry if you can't. Like, if you're upset because I'm going with somebody else, like, at the end of the day, like, I can't slow down. I can't lower my frequency because yours, you don't want to change.
Because you guys aren't on the same level.
Exactly, yeah.
And it's not like you're above or greater than. It's just you're not on the same level. Like, you guys are, like, he's over here, you're over there.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't want to slow myself down so that you can keep up, because then if I'm always going to be doing that, then I'm gonna sell myself short. Mm-hmm. And it's like, at the end of the day, if I want what I want, I can't sit here and be like, oh, well, I didn't get what I want because Matt took forever, or Matt didn't do this. So if I would have done it myself, I would have been fine. Yeah. And it's like, oh, well, why didn't you do it yourself? Yeah. Yeah. No, I think that's why I really like where I'm at too, is because everyone, like, we're a lot smaller than you guys, like, in the sense of numbers of workers. Mm-hmm. So I feel like that leaves it up for less room for personalities being different. Yeah. Like a lot of us there, like, have really weird, like, intertwining synchronicities of, like, what we've dealt with or how we view things, or just things like that. And so, like, what was I getting at? Why I like working where I work is just because everyone is genuinely on the same mission, and, like, everyone has zero, like, maliciousness towards each other, and or like fear of each other doing better, or doing or hating on each other, like, or like like
there's none of that there. It's
Yeah.
pretty fucking awesome because like every time I walk
It's
in,
a culture, yeah.
It's this or tribe. You know, we're a tribe in the sense. You know, like
the tribe has a culture. And it's like that's like
a mission or like a mission statement of like, you know, what's our main like what's our do or die pretty much. Like what are we here for? What's our mission? What are we serving? What's our purpose?
Yeah, and that's nice.
And so like I feel like, you know, you guys could possibly develop that down there, but it's like almost like
I don't want to say it's horrible because, like I said, that wasn't like I decided to take shots like where I work.
Yeah.
Not just where I work. It's everywhere. Like, dude, I'll sit and talk to people like at gyms like that I don't even work at, and I'll tell them like how I'm doing or like.
You know, we're not the only gym.
Exactly,
like, you know, obviously, there's way more gyms out there that like I was just using us as like a personal like example.
No, but self-made, like no, you're right. Like there's like I said, there's potential there, but because you have so many heads. Because you have so many heads, not everyone's gonna be on the same page. They don't have to be.
And you guys have so many different backgrounds there too of like, you know, like fighting or like, you know, what like sports training and bodybuilding.
You
know, just like
functional movement and a bit of CrossFit now. So just,
you guys have functional movement people down there? Like they do like corrective exercise and stuff. Oh, that's dope. I didn't know that.
I don't know if you've talked to George, but I've actually been talking with him a lot about it. He has like freaking like 5-6 different certifications.
George.
More. I don't know how to say his last name. He's smaller little guy. Yeah, he's cool. He's cool people. Yeah.
Is he a newer guy?
He's not newer, but like I've probably like started talking to him more like in the past like 2-3 months. I would say. Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah. So I like picking his brain on stuff. There's a lot. Like I like picking people's trainers just in general because at the end of the day, that's how you become a better trainer. For me, like in that sense, I can filter out some things.
Never stop being a student.
Yeah. And so for me, it's like picking other people's brains. Yeah. I pick your brain. So just like.
That's another thing too is like my perspective on a lot of shit has changed, especially in the sense of people that do better than me are I see them as a more of a what's the fucking word I'm looking for? It'll come to me. But I take them. I learn from them. I use them as an example of what I should like. You know, what are they doing that's better than I'm doing?
Yeah.
You know? But I don't see it in a way of like hating on them. I'm like, okay, like what are they doing? Like, you know, what can I take from them? Yeah. What can I learn from them?
And that's something I had to learn too. And I've kind of separated it in a kind of, I don't want to say category, but like there's understanding why someone's being better for you for the right reasons. Yeah. And then understanding why someone's doing better than you for the wrong reasons. And for me, it's that battle of like.
Oh yeah, like being a snake, you know, because they like say that they pull they pull numbers, but like you know they have no retention.
Well, not even that, but just like in the sense of just like. I don't want to get personal, but just like the quality of person that they are. So like they might be doing a lot of good things, but at the end of the day, they're really happy with themselves. Are they really like giving off the fucking vibe that I want? Are they really doing that? Okay. And for me, it's like here I can stand here and say, oh yeah, cool, you have your business, good job. Uh-huh. I don't want to do it that way. Yeah. I don't care that maybe my way makes less money, or I don't have as much brand awareness, or it's not that cool thing to do. I want to be happy with what I'm doing.
Well, it's just as good to develop awareness of what you don't want to do.
Exactly.
You know, on top of what you.
And that was a big thing for me. That was a battle that was just up and down for the past 3 or 4 years. Just like, okay, well, do I do this because this person does it and they're doing well? Yeah. Or do I do this because like this will sell, but I really don't care to do it? Like that's like one of the biggest things I get is like, why don't you do a bodybuilding show? I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to. Like it's never.
It's not my shit.
There's never been one time.
Well, it was mine, but like I was
me personally. Like, you've known me for how since I've been working out, and I'm like, when did I ever want to do a bodybuilding show? Never. Like it's never been like, oh, like like I need to do that. Oh yeah, I want to do that.
You've never even said, oh, I'm thinking about it. Yeah. I've never heard you say, oh, I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, I'm like, not to say like, I don't, like, I never want to do it, but like where I'm at right now with how my life is right now, like, I just have no desire to do it. Yeah.
Because like, what is that giving you? What is it? Like, what would that serve you?
This is the one thing I always hear about. Well, yeah, if you do, it's great for business and it's great. It's great for business. Like, if people will see that and they want to look like that, they want to be like that, and I'm just like. But at the end of the day, with what I want as a training brand, that's great if I'm doing it with the right intentions. Yeah. I'm doing it because I want to test this. I want to push myself.
And if that's the type of clients you want to pull in, like if you want to pull in bodybuilding clients, then maybe you should be a bodybuilder.
Yeah. And that's what that was one thing too for me is like at the end of the day, I have respect for bodybuilding. I'm not gonna say it's bad, wrong or bad, but there's things I don't like about it to where I'm just like, okay, like I don't want to do this. I always am very upfront with all my clients. That you just heard me on the phone call. Like, I want to know what your goals are. I want to know what the reason and purpose is for doing it. I think a couple episodes ago we were talking about like diets, and so if you have a reason to do something, and you really want to do it, who am I to say no, don't do it? But I'm going to give you all the reasons why. I'm going to give you the cause and effects of it. So if we do this, expect this, and this. Do you still want to do it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really want to step on stage. Okay, well then let's do it.
Yeah.
Or I really want to fit into. I really want to look in this bikini. Okay, if if that's really what you want, then let's do it. This is what's gonna happen. I want everything on the table so that you know. But if this is really what you want to do, then yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
That's how I kind of look at that approach now of things. So like with bodybuilders, if you really feel like you really want to do a show, you want to step on the stage, cool, let's do it. Let's figure it out. Let's game plan. Let's do it. But like how you just said, like there's so many people I think like, oh, like especially trainers. Oh, if I go step on stage, like people are gonna want to train with me. People are gonna want to look like me and all that stuff. And for me, it's just like, dude, I know what it takes, and I know what your body goes through to do like that.
Yeah.
And so like I know my clientele. None of them want to do that.
Yeah.
None of them want to go through that process.
Yeah.
They can say they want to look like that, but they don't want to go through the process.
Yeah.
It's easy to say I want to look like that, but going through that process, which is a very tough, grueling, not just physically, mentally.
Yeah.
Mentally, more than anything, they don't want to go through it.
Yeah. And their health.
Yeah.
Is like.
Well, they don't know.
Yeah.
So many people just see the stage picture, just like, oh, like yeah, they just got super lean. They ate really little. They ate really good. They worked out really hard. It's like, no, that's not it.
Yeah.
That's not what they did. The mental sacrifice you have to make, the time that you have to sacrifice, the
mental habits that you create within yourself are a lot of times very negative.
Yeah.
Very negative.
Body dysmorphia, body imaging issues.
For sure. Oh man, like I still to this day, and I know it's because when I was competing, to this day, I catch myself sometimes when I see a mirror from the side. You know, how am I looking right now? Yeah. And it's not like I'm checking it to check myself out and be like, oh yeah. It's like it's because I'm checking on myself to see if I look good.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, like Yeah. And I don't really give a fuck. I mean, I like to know that I look good and like be confident in that and stuff like that. But not nearly on the same mindset as I was. But I have those habits that have been developed, and it's like, damn, like.
Well, you just know when it fucks
with your head, like like that. I constantly feel like I need to check myself from the side, or like passing somewhere, and like make sure like am I looking good? Am I looking good?
Yeah.
Am I looking alright? It's just like you develop those habits out of the insecurities or the fears of not being good enough, or like not looking good enough. Yeah. And I feel like there's a lot of people that step on stage that should not fucking be up there.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry. That's my thought process is. If you're fucking going up there, you better be ready to be up there. I think there's a lot of people that get set up for fucking failure. Not because of themselves, but like they just get set up for failure in the outcome when they should be set up for success. Like, don't fucking step on stage if you're not ready.
Yeah.
Unless you literally do not give a fuck and you just want to present your best self, then there's those people.
Yeah.
But like a lot of people that get up on stage, man.
That rich, like I have a career. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like, God damn, fool, like you're doing it all wrong. You should know that. You should see that. Like, what are you doing wrong that while you're stepping up on stage, you're not looking fucking how you should?
Yeah. All the work. I say that.
With all that work, yes, exactly.
Like all the work. You see someone putting all this work, and it's like, dude, I feel like 2 weeks ago you look better.
Well, no, a lot of times that happens with the stress coming towards the show, and like people do last minute changes, and I've you
went through it too.
Yeah, I've seen it too. Like people make last minute changes, and it completely, and then the stress alone will fuck you up, but just all those bad habits that like usually are made within those moments, unless you're being guided properly, which a lot of people aren't. Unless you're being guided properly through that grueling of a fucking process, to have a helping hand when you're kind of stuck there not understanding why you feel this way, because I didn't have a fucking helping hand.
Yeah.
Like I literally sat in my fucking bed like lying there wondering why I feel like this, like why, like what's wrong with me. I look the best I've ever looked, but I feel the worst, probably one of the worst I've ever felt.
Yeah.
And it's like I didn't have a person to go. I had one person that I could reach out to and ask like, why am I feeling this way off of a certain fucking drug? You know, like my post psychotherapy, like with the post depression, like I was literally crying watching movies like that people would die in.
Yeah.
And then I would go to the bathroom and fix myself up, and then I would see something on Instagram and I'd be I start bawling my eyes out, and I'm like, dude, why am I so sensitive? Why am I crying like this? Like. He's like, oh, dude, your hormones are fucked.
Yeah.
Like your hormones are literally tanked. Like they're fucked. You're just gonna take a while.
Damn. Man.
And so like, it's just like that type of shit. You know, if you want to deal with that type of shit, then you gotta
like if the sacrifice is worth it.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to be on stage that bad, then like, and that's why I said leave it all on the table. If you want to be on stage that bad and you're cool with that,
yeah,
cool.
Yeah,
let's do it.
I'm so glad I did that at such a young age too. I mean, because I could bounce back a lot better, you know, than I would be if I was towards like 30 or whatever. But like,
well, I feel like that's just where the role like suicide plays in right there.
Oh,
like,
dude,
when you're older and that's how you're feeling, and your life's kind of already past you. That's tough.
Yeah, I mean, like, thank God I didn't have enough going on in my life at the moment where like I would even think to consider fucking like taking my life.
Well, yeah, and then like if
there was some fucked up shit going on in my life at that moment, I probably would have been on that level. Yeah. Like that's how fucked up I was in like hormonally, like, and that's because I did it with improper guidance, improper funds, improper intentions, improper everything. I did the damn thing, but it's like everything was
like, and you must do it. That, like I said, that's. At the end of the day, like you wanted at that time, that's what you wanted to do.
Yeah,
that was the end all be all goal for you, and you can look back and say, okay, like I fucked up, but like you went through that process. You went through that process.
Yeah, and I'm super glad I did, because now I can tell people like that are like thinking about it, and I can give them my side and be like, this is what happened to me, and this is what I've seen with other people. And I mean, you can go on forums. I guarantee you, they have fucking days of scare stories and all that shit, and like. People going through way worse than what I did and shit, but like, it's just until like, it's like telling a kid, don't touch that fucking stove.
No, exactly.
Don't touch the stove, and then they have to fucking touch the stove in order to understand. Don't fucking touch the stove. It's like they're gonna burn their hand if they're that curious. Like I've burned my fucking hand. And, a lot of fucking times.
Oh yeah, and I love that you say that, because I guess this goes into fitness in general, like whether it's freaking bodybuilding, CrossFit, Olympic living, sports training. Like I say, like until like I tried to be like the reason, be like, hey, like this is what happens when you do this. Like you should take care of to do this, and people don't listen. Yeah. And like you said, it's till they see it after it happen, to where just like they have to figure, like if they're gonna keep doing it, you know what? Like I'll be there to be like, I'm not gonna be there to say I told you so, but like I'll be there to be that support, like of hey, like I told you this is gonna happen. Now this is what you have to do. I'm a great example of that. Yeah. I said the biggest thing is like, dude, like I was trying to freaking live like a bodybuilder with no intent or purpose, and just freaking swing weight, and I got hurt. I fucked up my freaking pec. I fucked up my bicep. Luckily, it wasn't anything severe, but I still deal with those issues today because of just being neglectful of that, of not listening to my body and just being I could do things. To where now, like, it's an issue that, like I said, it's gotten a lot better. Now I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, like yeah, like I'm done. No, like I worked through it, but like now that's my thing is like I can sit here and recognize it and go through it and be like, okay, like, this is what, cause people would tell me, and like I was that kid that, oh no, I'll be fine, like I'm good, I'm strong, I feel good, I don't feel like I'm gonna be hurt, my body feels good, and then fucking randomly out of the fucking blue, didn't my body not feel bad at all, got hurt. Yep. And it's like, okay, this is what they're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, and then it gives you that, it's like, then it's a learning lesson on like, what do I do different, or like, what can I just, modify here?
Oh, well, like I look at my squat. So before, like I would just squat just to push weight. I would squat to push weight, and so my squat was, I don't want to say it was a horrible squat, but there was a lot of improvements I could have made.
Yeah.
So where I could be a lot more functional, I could feel a lot more better, I could move a lot more better, and feel better afterwards.
Yeah.
And so that's been one of the big things for me is like this past year of just working on that squat, developing it, and making it feel better. And I think it was 2 seconds ago, bro, I was hitting 335 easy. The best I've ever felt, to where it was just like, wow, like, this is what I worked for. To feel like this.
Your
to
body
feel like
feels
this,
safe through the movement.
Exactly. To feel like this, to be able to squat, to not feel like I'm in this comfortable position, or like, oh yeah, after I do this, I'm going to go freaking ice, or I'm going to have to go freaking...
Dude, you know, you remember those, you know how many workouts that we've been in together, and after every single set, I have to go like sit on something, like or lay on something, because my fucking back or my hips all fucked, but I'm pushing through it, you know, like, you know, it's like, fuck that shit. I'm gonna all the time it took for me to fucking try and just throw the Band-Aid over the injury and throw the.
And that's what a lot of people do.
Yeah, I'd rather just take all that time and learn myself and learn my body and become aware of myself and like actually understand myself and feel safe within myself to lift that. And so like now I know I'm aware enough to, if something's feeling off, I know for a fact I can look back, what did I do this previous week? Oh, I was sitting a lot this week because I was doing a lot of studying, so my hips are a lot tighter. Yeah. Now when I'm squatting, I know that's why my fucking back is flaring up, because my body's compensating for something, right? And so like now I can be...
Funny you say that too. Yeah. Well, no, it's funny now because I noticed that my hips used to be a lot tighter, but that's because I was sitting. Yeah. But now because I'm like usually just on my feet the whole entire day, it's very like I'm not even my hips don't get tight, but like it's very rare to where like my hips feel like they're fucking just shot. Yeah. So it's like, and then nothing works alone, so you have to figure out like if your fucking knee is really being a problem because of your knee, or is it because your fucking hips or your ankles or whatever. So it's like me and John were just talking on Tuesday. We did some treatment, and my traps were really really tight. And so he was like, okay, it's funny because I've been dealing with some stuff in my bicep. I think I told you that I might be tendonitis. It wasn't. It was just some muscle fiber issues. Yeah. But he was looking at my trap, and he was like, okay, dude, you're really, really tight here. So this might be why your bicep's so worn down, because it's compensating. Yeah. It's really trying to compensate for your trap being so tight. Yeah. So and you know how I'm a trap dominant motherfucker. Yeah. You know that.
Ed Hardy.
Yeah. And so like it felt nice, and then we did some releases on it, and I felt really good after we had a really good workout. But what I wanted to say is kind of like how you're talking about like how like you take your time now to like really work with your body. Like all that time, instead of trying to put band-aids on and push through, like you just want to take the time to work on your body now. And that's kind of where I want to see my practices at right now, because I look at this is my life, and this is my career, this is my profession, like this is my passion. So this is not a phase for me. If it was a phase, I would have stopped doing this 3 or 4 years ago. Like this isn't a phase for me. Yeah. So it's like I'm not just trying to go over here, get Instagram famous, and then freaking start promoting some bullshit. Like no, like I enjoy doing this. Like I enjoy training. I enjoy the challenge of training. And so for me, it's just like I've had to wind down on my workouts in the sense that I'm very much a student. Am I still working? Am I still pushing myself to get to new things? Yes. But it's not about just constantly doing the craziest workouts or pushing the heaviest weight. Yeah. Or trying to make like the most like hype like videos. Like for me, it's like no, I can do all that in the sense if I'm being smart about it. If I'm taking care of my body right, I'm gonna be able to do something that will be there. Yeah. But I'm not just trying to get famous and then be fucking blown out and be freaking I can't move or I can't function. Yeah. In 2 or 3 years.
Hulk Hogan.
Well, yeah, but Hulk Hogan or Arnold. Yeah. Almost, yeah. But like by the time I'm 28 and like not being able to do anything, just being a freaking face. Essentially just being a freaking face.
Or just another number. Yeah. Yeah, just
And so for me, it's just like the way I'm training right now isn't the most sexiest thing, but I'm feeling good. I'm benefiting.
That's your journey, man. That's like that's your path. What you're on, like that's your lane you're on right now. Yeah. That's whatever lane you're in. You know, you're not getting in anyone else's. You're focusing on you. It's like there's no issue with not being sexy. Like like what's like being what's the newest thing? Like what's the newest thing? What's the newest thing? Or constantly trying to be the next thing. It's like, I'm not, if I was going to be the next thing, I'd be it right now.
Yeah.
That's not my journey. That's not, obviously my path isn't that right now.
Yeah.
So like if that timing comes, that'll be when I'm ready for it. I mean, there's people that blow up that aren't ready for it, but they live in their lessons within their world, and I'm over here in mine.
Yeah.
And like I know for a fact that like I walk around and I'm like, dude, I used to do quite good on like a lot of things, and now like I'm not lifting nearly as heavy in certain lifts, and I'm just like, okay, well that's not my reason. Like my reason now. It's like I have to keep I do have to remind myself, not constantly, but like remind myself of my why, of my reason, and not get caught up in like, because that's what I did with the knees over toes. Like I just got caught up in my head. Like, no, I want to be better now.
Yeah.
It's like that almost like instant gratification. And I'm just like, I started pushing myself. Yeah. Like, because I know I could. Like I could push myself, but it bit me in the ass. Yeah. So I was like, oh, damn, like, even the smallest thing that I tried to fucking I fucking busted my load too quick. I was too fucking eager. And so, like, I was just another lesson, like, like, what's my reason? I have to stick to that. Yeah. Because if I don't, I'm out of integrity. Then it fucking bites me in the ass. Oh, yeah. So it's 100%. Like...
Yeah, and I like to call those moments of just, when you're kind of just, like... What is it called? But like when you're just in the gym and like you see some weight on there and you're just like you see the boys lifting and you're just like, man, they're hitting that. Man, I can hit that too. Like, let me go and do. Let me go show them let me show them what I can do real quick and go hit that. And then you hit that and you're just like, fuck.
Dude, it's funny. Yeah. We just my squad just did that the other day with deadlifting, like one of our people, Jaren. Yeah. And we didn't get hurt or nothing. Yeah. And like it was pretty cool because like we all felt like safe enough to do the lift like safely, and like so like it was funny, bro. Like Jaren was just started throwing on plates and like he put 315 on right for deadlift, and like he just was hitting them, and then Taylor walks over here like just cold, bro. He's like, oh yeah, he starts fucking hitting them, and I was just like, okay, I guess I gotta join this. You know what I mean? Like I just started screaming, I'm just fucking hitting it. And then he's like, fuck that, throws on 405, and everyone's just like shaking, like fucking lifting up the fucking deadlift, like, it was just out of nowhere, like just cold, and like, like, but that type of shit's fun. You know, that's where you keep it fun. Yeah. But like, some people just like they don't keep it fun, and they're not safe enough with it. Yeah. And then they're like, oh yeah, like I gotta do it too, and then they fuck themselves. Yeah. It's like, trying to impress, their buddy or whatever. Yeah, like, that was literally just, like, a fun moment. Yeah. We're probably trying to be fun with too heavy of weight.
Yeah. Did you hit the 405?
Yeah, no, I hit the 405. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, no, I mean, I couldn't not hit the 405. I couldn't walk up to that bar and not fucking hit that shit. Like, I was like, this ain't my first rodeo. This ain't my first rodeo with 405. But I haven't deadlifted 405 in a while. Yeah.
That's always against me, bro. I feel like when you see something and you're just like, damn, it's been a minute since I tried to hit that. Like, can I hit that shit? Yeah, that little small whisper is like, can I hit that shit still?
Yeah, because I used to fucking deadlift. I think the most I ever deadlifted for 2 or 3 maybe. I think it was like 495.
Oh shit, was that with Doug?
Yeah, it was with Doug, and I fucked myself after that one.
Did you?
Yeah, no, for sure. Everything I was doing, like my
with Doug, yeah, with blood and guts,
dude. I had 0 core. Yeah. I was all lower. That's why my fucking lumbar is so hypertrophied. I have a fucking camel humps because my lower back has been my core forever.
Yeah, fucking since
like, dude, I just got weight room. Dude, this last year, I just got I got in touch with my lower abdominals. Yeah. Like, I never in my life was using... Even to this day, during certain lifts...
Yeah, just imagine if you had that for a fucking show now.
Bro, I'm looking at it now. I'm like... I mean, I'm still young. I'm 24, about to be young. I'm 25. I still got time. Yeah. By 35, I'm going to... Just best watch out when I'm 35. Yeah. Like, I better have a fucking wife. No, I'm just kidding, but... future wife, if you're listening, if you end up listening to this, you're the one.
35.
You're the one. Yeah. No, I know. I'm gonna be married and have kids by 35 for sure. Like I want.
Are you not pulling Steve?
No, I want a family. I want a family, bro. I want a family, and that's one of my biggest missions in life is to rebuild the family, is to rebuild the concept of a healthy
family too in your eyes.
What?
In your in your own mindset, in your eyes.
No, in the sense of just being a human being, like just being a healthy human being.
Yeah.
And like having healthy parents, healthy children, healthy mindsets. Just overall, the overall arching dream is to rebuild the family, and then also psychologically within the masculine and feminine polarities of the so like couples counseling and like things like that. Like I want to specialize in fertility.
Okay, cool.
In fertility to help with the production of life, but then I want to be I want to be knowledgeable enough to help with the like psychological part of life too, like so people have a good mindset on how to be there for their children.
Yeah.
Like have they done enough inner work to where they can understand like that they don't project their issues onto even though there's gonna be some, but like
I mean perfect. But
yeah.
I understand because I feel that where a lot of issues stem from the role of mother and father stems from the projection that are some of these parents even
are still children. Some of these parents are still. I mean, my mom and dad are still children, bro. Like not to put them down, but like their mindset is very childlike with how they cope with certain things or deal with certain things or go about certain things. They're
also with your experience. Knowing what you know now, do you feel like you're, and like not to say make it sound bad, but do you feel like your parents regressed as you got older? Maybe they were a little bit better when you were younger?
No.
That they regressed? No?
No. Well,
sense?
I wouldn't say they've progressed. My mom's progressed more. Sounds really weird. She's progressed more. It's just what areas are we talking about? So like she's progressed in certain areas, but a lot of
also like in a parental role.
No, I've had to become there's a classic case of the child becoming the parent and taking on that role.
Yeah.
When parents are in certain like situations.
Yeah.
Like I have completely taken on the role as a parent on a lot of situations with my parents, and that's like I said, that's my journey. That's my life path. That's my life lessons. And that's where like with what my teachings have like really helped me out with is understanding that and using it now as a tool of progression rather than being stuck in the victim mindset, because I could easily
cycle.
Recycling their traumatic. The children are left with the unfinished business of the parents. Children are left with that.
Yeah, cycle. The word cycle has been coming up.
Traumatic karmic cycles.
All right, well, hold on. So my computer's about to die, so we have about probably I would say a couple more minutes.
Okay.
I love what we're doing. I want to get on one thing because you mentioned cycle.
Yeah.
A relationship cycle, and not just in
how you view yourself or how you view a partner.
No, because I don't care. I don't know. I know you worked with Leo not so long ago, but me and Leo have been talking about cycles, relationship cycles, and it's always interesting for me is you can look at everything on the table, and I'm sure you've been able to do this and be like, I know this is going to happen if we do this, this, and this, but I want to go do it. Go again, training with hoping that we're going to change, right? How do you feel about just like that cycle? Like how it's hard to break because you can sit here and like I can put everything on the table for you, and you're gonna be like yeah that's gonna happen, but you're like I still want to go back and try again.
Okay, I don't know if I'm really understanding.
So like for example, like when you're like in an on-off relationship, and like it's kind of like you guys break up for always that same reason, like that same like issue, like it always is there, but then you guys get back together because hey like I'll change or I'll get back on this. But then you guys just fall back into that cycle of the same behavior, and then it's like, okay, well, let's break up because like you're not changing, you're doing this. But it's like, okay, let's talk and work it out. Okay, you do better. Like, but that that cycle's not going to change.
How I feel about that is if there's not a genuine, 110% legitimate reevaluation and actually applying what you know that you're doing wrong, to reverse that and do what you need to do to serve your partner or what they're asking of you, rather than just treating it as an option. Because at the end of the day, if you're just, oh, like, I'll, you're lying to yourself and you're lying to her, or vice versa. Like, oh, I'm working on it. Deep down, you really know you're not.
Yeah.
If you can't fucking face yourself and your shadow and the reason why you're not working out, until you do that, you're never gonna fucking change. So it's like that's what happened with me. Is like I literally sat down and I told myself, because I was really good at manipulating the outcome by lessening the the severity of things, and making it not like as bad as it seemed, but it really was me just disrespecting boundaries, or like not following up with my word and being out of integrity. And that was because my shadow was very insecure and very just, what was that?
I can't do because now you're good.
Oh, okay. It was just because my ego wasn't allowing me to become vulnerable, or like actually sit down and like look at myself in the mirror and go, you are fucking wrong. You're doing everything wrong. And then I made the decision that I was like, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to manipulate. I'm going to be 110% honest, and I'm going to do what I got to do. But I've already dug myself deep enough to the point where she had the issues, or she had trust issues, or she had certain issues that she had to deal with about me, that I was already over here now. I leveled myself up.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that she was not leveling up too. She leveled up within herself in certain areas, but there is certain issues she couldn't deal with me, and so like that wasn't allowing either of us to progress together. So it's like it just created a little bit more turmoil on top of that, and then it just deepens issues. And so until you guys can, I would say, like, actually legitimately 110% accept everything, and then move on, and legitimately be better within yourself because you've done the work, or you're doing the work, then if you guys can make that shit work, then go for it. But if you fucking can't, you sign
All right.
up.
So this is gonna be a quick question answer, because it's probably gonna die.
Yeah.
And then we gotta end it.
Does it need to be saved?
You know what? Let's
just save it, and then can you like? All right, so we're back. We just had to re-plug in the computer, so.
Yeah. So quick yes or no question for you. Do you think nostalgia, or wishing to go back to how something was, is almost like a cycle you can't get out of?
Oh, yeah, yes.
Because you
missing that feeling.
Yeah, like
that's
you keep
like
working out.
That's codependency, I would say, because you're allowing them to hold that space within you rather than you holding the space for yourself for that emotion. So you should be able to love yourself just as much as they were giving you that love that you're yearning for.
Yeah.
So if you feel like, oh, I miss her touch, I miss the woman's touch, or like I miss that energy, or I miss her love, well, that's one of the fucking things that you need to work on. Because if you can't fulfill that within yourself, then you're just using someone for that, and you shouldn't be.
Yeah. All right. So cool. I like the answer. I think we touched on it pretty well. So that'll be it for this episode. Our computer died. Matt's got to get out of here.
Yeah.
So
got fucking traffic out the ass going up to work.
Oh yeah. So we'll be back on it soon. The goal now is, because good problem to have, I would have to say that me and Matt's schedules are so kind of busy.
Yeah.
It's a little hard to get together. But the goal is we're going to be together as much as we can, but also we're going to also try to get other people on here. So if it's me and Matt having a guest on here, or it's just Matt having a guest on here, or me just having a guest, we're going to try to get more episodes up here, more kind of thoughts, more ideas, more personalities, and just share some stuff with you guys.
We need to blow your minds.
Blow your minds. All right, so until next time, John Sanchez.
Matt Van Norman.
We will see you on the Assembly Cast.
Later.